Buongiorno everyone. What this old thing? Nah, this is usual Wednesday attire this, to be honest with you. Or shall I say usual Wembley attire. Aye, just like Dan Burn, it is time to get your suits fitted and measured, people. Because I never thought I'd say this. I never honestly thought I would say this in my lifetime. Newcastle United are going to Wembley. Mental. I can't get my head around it. It still, honestly, hasn't really sunk in. I mean, if you had have told me a year ago, or when this takeover went through, that Newcastle United would win a semi-final thanks to 2 goals from Sean Longstaff and book us a place in the cup final at Wembley, I would have said you are a massive lunatic and need sentenced. But that's the case. That is the dreamland that we are now living in. That is our reality. And I've got no idea how this has happened so quickly. The fast track, well, I do. It's Eddie Howe. It's Nick Pope. It's every single one of those players in black and white. And it's the team spirit. It's everything that's came together. And it's unreal. I mean, we're an absolute dreamland. I can't get over it. I literally can't get over the fact, that we are going to Wembley 3 weeks' time, pretty much, 26th of February. Newcastle will be in a cup final. And it's looking like it's going to be against Manchester United. They play tonight against Nottingham Forest. They've got a 3-0 lead in that first leg. They go to Old Trafford tonight. It's going to be Man United, isn't it? It's going to be a repeat of that final from the 90s. 24 years since Newcastle were in a cup final. 1974 was the last time Newcastle were in a League Cup final. 1969, the last time Newcastle won a trophy, which was the Fairs Cup, which is European competition, now the Europa League. Before that, you're talking 55. 1955 since the domestic trophy. These players, Dan Burn included, Sean Longstaff, the local lads, are carrying this club to a Wembley final, and we are on the cusp of making history. Those lads are on the cusp of becoming great, becoming gods. Eddie Howe, statue at St James's Park. The parade, just imagine the parade at St James's around the city of Newcastle. The fans everywhere, it'll be ballistic. We've seen the takeover when that happened. There's crowds and the vibes and the chants outside the stadium. It'll be unheard of if we win this trophy, like the scenes that it will create. It'll be mental. We're going to have to go back into a lockdown. You know what I mean? Rishi Sunak will be putting everyone back on lockdown because of what's happening in Newcastle. I'm telling you, it's going to be mental. But I'm all for it. Not the lockdown. The scenes of winning the cup. You know what I mean? This is going to be amazing. This is, even, I tell you what, I need to keep a level head because I think on the final day, I'm just going to keep the suit on, fuck it. I think I was going to take it off, put the Newcastle shirt on, bollocks to it. I think on the final day, if we get beat off Manchester United, if we lose, we've got to be proud. I think obviously I'll be emotional on the day. I might get angry if we get hammered, which I don't think will happen. We've got Nick Pope and Sven Botman at the back, and Trippier and everyone else. Everyone plays a part, and I don't want to just name single players anymore. Everybody is playing a role on this side. So I think, if we do get beat on the day, if we do take a battering, I'm telling you now, it'll be a dodgy VAR decision or something if we get beat. I just reckon it'll be a penalty shootout, something like that. And if we come away, obviously I'll be gutted that we haven't won. I'll be emotional. The reaction after it might be angry, upset or whatever, but realistically, I've got to put it out there now, before those match day emotions get to me, pure gratitude, pure gratefulness for this team, this club, the new owners, Amanda Staveley, Eddie Howe, for even getting us to a final, for having that day out of Wembley. Like I said at the start of the video, I honestly didn't see this coming in my lifetime. Honestly didn't. Until the takeover, before Mike Ashley, I didn't think we had a hope in hell. Because we didn't. We forfeited the cup. Every single year we forfeited the cup to fight for relegation safety, to fight for a relegation battle. That's all it was. So to now be in this position, after only a year or so of the takeover, it's just blowing my mind. So you've got to come out with gratitude. You've got to be thankful that we're even getting this day out of Wembley. We're getting that bit of history. Now, it's devastating to look back in the 90s, thinking, so close to that FA Cup, so close to that Premier League, twice runners-up. But now I think we're obviously on the right track. We're going to be hopefully getting into these positions and finals and having these cup journeys throughout the next decade and beyond. You'd wish with these new owners if, things keep going right on and off the pitch. So we've just got to enjoy the day and enjoy the moment. I'm going down there. Like I said, I had my train and hotel booked before the quarter-final against Leicester. I was that confident. And I'm loving it. I'm buzzing for that weekend. Absolutely buzzing for it. Going down the Saturday, come back the Monday. There's going to be loads of great content for you guys, covering that whole weekend at Wembley, the fans, everything. And obviously we're praying that we can get a ticket for the game. Who knows, Willy Wonka sentence. It's like gold dust. It's a golden ticket to get to Wembley, because there's going to be about 33,000 seats allocated for this game. for Newcastle fans and Manchester United fans, or Nottingham, maybe. And then obviously you got hospitality and everything, so it's going to be crazy. It was hard enough getting tickets for these semi-finals. But at Wembley, I mean, the queue will be in the hundreds of thousands, 200,000 easy. And there'll be probably that many that just go down to London just for the vibes. There'll be that many that just go down for the atmosphere, for the occasion, for the chance. So that'll be brilliant in itself. And I'm glad. I'll just be glad. Hopefully I'm not cold. Hopefully I'm not ill when this is happening. Like I was for the semi-final last night. And we can go down there and just really enjoy ourselves. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. And just making the most of that weekend. Creating memories. And that's what this Newcastle United side's doing for all of us fans. Creating unbelievable memories. Because that atmosphere last night was the best atmosphere I've seen in my life. I was blown away by it. It was breathtaking. It really was. Before the game, the flags, the scarves, everything, man. Like throughout the game, the chants, sensational. And honestly, I really hope I can get a ticket for Wembley. I'll do what it takes. I'll make sure I get in there somehow. You know what I mean? But because I have to be there, I can't miss it. But if not, I'll be outside the stadium, or at a pub nearby, or whatever. But I just can't wait for it. It's going to be unreal, surreal. Really, really is. Like I say, just enjoying the occasion, but I honestly fancy us to win it. I really do fancy us to win it. Eddie Howe over Eric Ten Hag. Eddie Howe for me. And I look at Manchester United's fixtures. I'm sure they play Barcelona in the Europa League just a few days before that Carabao Cup final. Newcastle have Bruno Guimaraes coming back, hopefully. He's missing 3 games now due to suspension for a red card last night. So he won't play the next 3 Premier League games, but he will be back for the final. Let's hope there's not a bit of rust there. Let's hope he doesn't pick up a knock in training or anything, but we're going to desperately need him back for that game. Big game requires big game players. You know what I mean? So we've got Trippier in there who's done it at Atletico Madrid. You've got Sven Botman in there who's won the league in France. You've got, I was going to say Nick Pope, who's playing in World Cups, but he doesn't really get that much of a sniff. But, you've got players in and amongst that team that have Bruno's played at the World Cup. Obviously, these type of players, you need them because Manchester United have got plenty of them, with the likes of Casemiro and stuff. So they've got winners in their dressing room. But on the day, it's 90 minutes or extra time and penalties. On the day, it's one game. And we've seen upsets at Wembley before, and I wouldn't even consider this to be much of an upset if Newcastle did go on to win a trophy and to beat Man United and lift that Carabao Cup. And honestly, man, just trying to envisage that now. The Newcastle players on the pitch with a stand, lifting the trophy, going up to collect the medals. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's something I'd only ever thought I'd see in FIFA. You know what I mean? I've been doing that on FIFA for years on the PlayStation. Never thought I'd see it in real life. So even just getting to the final, though, like I said, I'm so proud of the players. I'm so excited for the day. And bring it on. Bring it on. Let us know what you are thinking heading into that cup final then. Are you confident that Newcastle can bring some silverware back to Tyneside? The celebrations are going to be absolutely bonkers. Insane if we do manage to do it. But I just want to jump on today, reflect on that, look towards the final, because last night's semi-final match reaction, I was full of cold and everything. Still got it, as you can probably hear, the nasally voice of mine. But, the semi-final last night I thought was brilliant. Mentioned the atmosphere. Thought the players on the pitch, game management was pretty good second half just to calm it down. We did look tired towards the end. But, Longstaff buzzing for him scoring the goals. Local lad saying we're through in the semis. Local lad Dan Burns saying we're through in the quarters. Who's going to win the final? Who's going to be the goal scorer in the final? Paul Dummett. Bring back Dummett. Yeah? Nah, went too far. I'm going to stop it there because I went too far. Anyways, like I said, drop your comments below. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.